Here's what I want you guys doing today. I want you working on your websites to put most of your robotic stuff that you've been working on already. So I'm going to go to education.weebly.com. And then for you guys up here for your username, typically if you just write the first letter of your first name, your username should show up. So I did this. Obviously mine's an email address, but yours is just a username. It should be your first initial, last name, and then I think a few numbers possibly. And then everyone's password is the same. It's your student ID number and then your initials. If you don't remember your username or it's not popping up for you on your computer, then you can come and talk to me and we can take a look. Let me find, I'm just going to use a practice site really quick. So So I have home, playground, Tinkercad, programming, Scratch. You guys are limited to having 5 pages, and I don't know if mine is or not, but you should at least have a 3D modeling page that showcases your playground and possibly Tinkercad stuff, and then a programming page, and then a robotics page. So if you don't have a robotics page yet, make one. And if you have to, if it doesn't let you create a robotics page because it exceeds 5, get rid of your home page, and you can just have a 3D modeling page, a programming page, and a robotics page. So the way that I don't want to mess too much with this stuff, but yeah, so you can see it up here, home, 3D printing, robotics. I'm going to click on robotics. And then I'm going to clear out, I don't like that background. So you can make it something related to robotics. I'm actually so I'm just going to save this. Save image as. So So now when I do this, I should be able to something's all up in my way. Upload an image from the computer. So you can choose what you want, but I'm going to go with that. Cool, save. That's not going to work. Robotics, and it's a little thin. Cool. Alright, so we, I mean, similar to how you guys put together your 3D modeling page or any of those, maybe like an image off to the left, something describing what's going on the right, including a link to your your programming page. So I am, the first thing that we did, I believe, was the limit switch. Limit switch VEX. So I'd maybe upload an image of that so that you could see it. This one works, so right click, save image as. I'm already in my robotics image folder, that one that I just created that you saw me do. So that's the limit switch. Save. And then maybe bring in an image here. And definitely going to put some text over to the right. Limit switch. Cool. So I'm going to create a title here. This is limit switch. Actually, we can make it bold. Maybe one font size larger. And so I wrote something really quick. So the limit switch, and I just wrote the limit switch is a digital touch sensor that works when the user pushes the metal lever down. If the lever is not pressed down, then the lever. I'm trying to explain that it's not always push. If it's not pushed down, then it's always up. Right, because if it's not pressed down, then the limit switch is off, right? The button's not pushed down on it. And we can include, so if I just hit enter here and grab a button, so button, and it's kind of, this is weird. Ugh. See how it like shows up under here? If I do that, then it shows up underneath this, which is sort of what it is what I want. Just make sure that that's, yeah, that's fine. Button text, so this would be intro to limit switch code. And then if we click on this and we create a link to a file, and upload new, go to my computer, and then if I go to my files where my robotics folder is, your robotics folder is in your documents, but I click on this and I find intro to limit switch and I click open, then I'm good. What should happen now, if I publish this, and I go to robotics, I should be able to click here and it shows all the code, which is interesting. I thought it would open up robot C, but it doesn't. But essentially this is like what you do need, and I'm curious to see if I can change that, because I do have I have Robot C on this computer right here. It's not opening in that. So for right now, that's fine, because I mean, essentially what you could do is, let's say down the road you ever needed that, possibly, because a lot of high schools teach this, then you could click here, you just copy this, and then in Robot C, you have to get rid of that first. Control V, so paste, and then compile. It wants you to save. I'm just going to do a. If you did ever want to do this, this is why I'm doing this. But otherwise, like, you show somebody, like the code shows up, it's easier to see that way, which actually I prefer. And then we'll just put this in Robotics images because it's save. And the only issue we really have is no, see how it automatically put it in here, which is cool. It's probably just, I don't know, maybe it's my language. No. No. The only issue is this stuff. So that's not bad. You can actually copy and paste it in there, and then as soon as you hit compile and just save it, then everything's all good. Cool. So what you're going to end up doing is, I want you to do that for all the stuff that you did. So the next thing that you worked on was the line tracker. So I'd go ahead and find an image of the line tracker. So line tracker VEX. That is the line tracker. And I save it. And again, we're just kind of doing the same thing. So bring this in and put some text next to it as soon as it loads. Tracker. If I wanted to be really specific about that, there are ways to, let's see. So if on this image, I just hit visit page. And it takes us to like a Robot C like wiki. And we have, it tells you what it does. How does it work? The VEX tracker is an infrared sensor. It emits and detects infrared light that is just outside the visible spectrum. It's invisible light. This is actually a huge advantage for robots, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it detects and, where am I? It detects and, what did it say? It emits infrared light. And this is a, sorry, for some reason I have like a little cough. The line tracker detects and emits infrared light. This is an analog sensor that has coded values from 0 to about 1,000. You might want to double check that. It's close to 1,000 or something like that. And then again, I'd bring in a button. And you are just linking that to a file that you save. So file that you should already have saved in your computer under Robotics, called Intro to Line Tracker, and it just goes in there. So cool. You keep doing that. You have other stuff in there, potentiometer. I'm going to put an image of the all sensors robot online so that you can copy and paste that and put it at the end too. So all sensors, you can grab that image off of Teach3DP. I'll put it in the student site or the student section, and all you have to do is right click it on my website and save it, and then you can bring it into yours. Publish.